Hey guys, it's Ross again, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a Supersaw bass. And it's come to my attention that in most of my videos, I don't really show you guys how to really apply some of these synthesizers, these patches. And so it's kind of hard to imagine like when you use them. And for some reason, my goddamn FL Studio does not want to be recorded in this screencasting software. So I'm going to show you guys this use in a song, so I'm just going to play it a little bit. Alright, and I mean, it sounds pretty sick, but where would it be used? And I'm going to show you guys the song 3005 by Childish Gambino. You'll hear it. It's in the background. It's a bass kind of sound.
Hold up.
No matter what you say, what you do, when I'm alone, I'd rather be with you. Fuck these other niggas, I'll be right by your side till 2005. Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Alright, you guys get the idea. But yeah, that's kind of like an application of the Supersaw bass in use. So if you use some of these synths in a creative, cool way, you can you guys will find a good use for it in your songs, in your mixing, no matter what the genre is. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to the making the synth business. First thing you want to do is pitch down. Or let's turn these all on. Pitch this down -12, pitch this one down -12, pitch also your 3 down -24. There you go. And so this is what it sounds like right now. Okay, yeah, it doesn't sound like it. But what we're gonna do to make it sound like it is we're gonna detune these a little bit, about 6 cents, I guess, I think they're called. This one, pitch this one up 4, so this is 11.96. Pitch this one down another 6 cents, I guess. And so this one goes up 6 and this one goes down 6, and then this one just stays in the middle. And listen to it now. You can hear that it kind of sounds like a flanger kind of sound, but you can hear like a signal kind of running through the sound, like if I just turn this off. Yeah, you guys get the picture. But yeah, that's the result of detuning these just a little bit off. And so go to voicing tab, and what we want to do is we want to detune it even more past just detuning the oscillator. So unisono up 4, and pitch cut off about here. Yeah, you can hear all that detune going on. And then we want the pan position to be full invert, whatever you want. Let's just do full. There we go. So that's, sorry, let's turn the master down a little bit. There we go. So that's the kind of wide Supersaw bass kind of sound that we really want. And so we're almost already done. That's basically the sound in a nutshell, but obviously we're going to add some effects, and we're going to add a filter to make it even more interesting and cool. So reverb, you actually don't need to have reverb on this. You could probably do teletube and then just leave these as they are. But just for the sake of 3005, or to show you guys the one time that reverb is probably a good thing for bass, it would be this one. So okay, so size here, density here, color here, like I always do. You don't have to do that, that's just what I always do. And dry wet somewhere around here. Woo, that's really voluminous. And oh yeah, we should EQ high down a little bit, because we don't want it to interfere with our high frequencies actually. And low shelf up a little bit to make it more of a bass. and maybe turn. No, we should just leave those. Oh, we can add a low pass filter. So like in the song, you can kind of hear it kind of go. You can hear it kind of filter up. So let's do low pass 4. Put resonance about there, and so that's this resonance lets you hear like the filter go up. I'll demonstrate. Lots of resonance. Kind of sounds like a spaceship, and then this is without resonance. It still sounds cool, but it's kind of not. It's not boring. It's just not as cool, I guess. So let's keep the resonance over there. Macro 2, put it on cutoff, put it all the way up. Yeah, that's good. And so label this cutoff. And so now if we play our saw wave, naturally we won't hear anything with the cutoff all the way down, but I'm going to boost it up. Okay, that sounds pretty cool so far. And I guess for effects too, this is also kind of, I think this is kind of what's in the 3005 synth, but you don't have to put this in again, but I think this is kind of makes it more ominous, I guess, is phaser mono. Make sure it's mono. And what this does is it kind of puts it in and out of phase, so I'll show you guys in a, just put dry wet all the way up as it is and rate down a little. Oops, gotta put a cutoff up. Sounds really cool, but you don't want to overuse phaser for the most part. So let's turn feedback down about there, depth about there, and dry wet about there. Keep the rate down, otherwise it's just gonna phase in and out way too hard. Let's hear it with this effect now. We want to keep it kind of subtle, you know, we don't want too much phasing, otherwise it's just going to get distracting in your mix. So you can kind of play with this if you want to, the dry wet, to kind of make it fit your mix, but this is where I'm just going to leave it. And last but not least, we can put it on monophone, and always, or you can do legato or legato triller, but I'm going to leave it on always. Go to oscillator tab and turn time down to about there, and this way, because I'm just going to put it back on polyphonic just to demonstrate, you shouldn't be playing this Supersaw bass and chords, because like I said, I think in one of my other videos, is if you play a bass and a chord, it's just going to sound like crap. Just listen. So I'm going to do a low. Oh god, that is just awful. And I'm going to do high. That's a little more tolerable, but as you guys heard, the lower you go, it just sounds nasty. So we don't need polyphonic on this unless you're going to go higher, in which case you shouldn't be using a Supersaw bass. So just going to assume you're not going to do that shit. And put on monophonic always. Put that there, and this is what this is going to do again, is going to create the gliding effect, which is usually really cool for bass. Kind of adds, you know, some more interesting character to it. So let's hear it. Wow, yeah, really ominous sounding right there. And yeah, that's basically it. You can add a couple other things to this really, but some of which might be in the effects, but other than that, this is kind of your baseline Supersaw bass right here. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and if you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you like the videos, because I'm going to be making many more. So have fun mixing, you guys.